So one of the major things that a lot of people have been waiting for when it came to the Trump administration, and this isn't even just when it comes to the American people, because I'm an Aussie, and this is one thing that I've been waiting for ever since Trump, well, like it was announced that Trump was going to be coming into office once again in the United States, and that was the Epstein files. Because for a long time, you know, especially in recent times, ever since Trump got, you know, elected and it was announced that he was going to be put in office, and now that he is in office, it was said to all of us that Trump was going to be releasing the Epstein files. And this is one of those things where this affects the world. Obviously, the American government is the ones who have these files and they know the details of these files. And, you know, Epstein himself is an American person, but this affects the whole entire world. Like the Jeffrey Epstein controversy, it was one of the biggest stories like to ever come out in the history of the world. Like that's I'm not downplaying it in any way possible. Like the whole entire everything surrounding Jeffrey Epstein is completely controversial. It involves so many powerful people, and a lot of us have wanted to know about the Epstein files and the names that are within those files and the details of these files as well. So a lot of us were very, very happy when it came out that Donald Trump was going to be releasing the Epstein files to the world. And a lot of us have been on the waiting now of when it came to that. But today, it has come out that Donald Trump and the American government is now going to be officially releasing the Epstein files. But unfortunately, it's not in the way that all of us thought it was. So it was initially told, like the way that at least a lot of us perceived it, at least everyone perceived it, is that the Epstein files were just going to be made completely public to the world. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of us kind of knew that there were going to be certain segments of it redacted, that there were going to be a lot of parts within these files, especially because when it involves children, you know, which is what, you know, the things surrounding Jeffrey Epstein is all about. You know, I can't really talk about it too much and say it outright because, you know, of YouTube and YouTube flagging this video and taking it down and me getting a strike on my channel. But we all know about, like, you know, the involvement of when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and children. So obviously some parts were going to be redacted, but we still thought that we'd get a lot of like new names and details about this when it came out. But unfortunately, today was the day that the Jeffrey Epstein files were released, but not in the way that we thought, as this is one of many tweets that came out about these files, where it says instead of just releasing all of the Epstein files to the public at once, the Trump White House decided to give phase 1 of the files to a hand-picked group of influencers who are favorable to them. Them also saying that this is not transparency, this is a PR event. And I 100% agreed to them with this, and then they also replied to their own tweet saying releasing the Epstein files in phases instead of all at once to the public is BS. Release the damn files now unredacted. I don't care whether the files implicate Democrats or Republicans or presidents. Anyone participating in trafficking of certain age people, like I said, I can't say certain stuff because of YouTube, belongs in jail without a doubt. 100%. Now, to say like everything would be full unredacted, obviously, I would like that as well. I would like to see the names, whether it is Democrats, Republicans, presidents. I mean, one of the main people that has been circulating when it comes to their name being linked to Jeffrey Epstein themselves has been Bill Clinton. Obviously, there's been other presidents as well, like Donald Trump was famously known to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein in the past, but the one person, like out of all the names that has come out, that's come constantly, and someone who has been labeled as someone who was close and possibly done terrible things, has been Bill Clinton. But it wouldn't surprise me if presidents like were redacted on these for obvious fucking reasons, even though yes, it is bullshit. I'm not here to say that it isn't, but the fact that this is being first released in phases and given to influencers, it 100% seems like a PR event. Why is it that they're doing it like this? Just release the goddamn file. Like this tweet says, this does not feel like transparency. The Trump administration has been very adamant of when it comes to them being very transparent, to the American people and to the world when it comes to anything involving, the rest of the world, as America is involved with a lot of global conflicts and a lot of global events as well. So they see, Trump said that he was going to be very transparent. And this is one thing that, even though I'm an Aussie, I was like, hey, I hope that he's transparent with this, because even though I'm not an American, I want to know about these Jeffrey Epstein files. I'm very intrigued to know about these as well. And then the fact that they have been severely redacted. This is one of the videos that is going around of the phase 1 of the Epstein files. Everything that they are flicking through, every fucking page is completely redacted. This goes on for 1 minute and 15 seconds. And you can find this video and several other videos and photos on Twitter as well that I have just gone through of just so many pages from these Epstein files that have been redacted. It's absolutely insane and completely stupid and ridiculous. And obviously a lot of people are memeing about this and taking the piss out of this because it's 100% true. It's just like, this is what I saw. This is one of the most funniest things. This is one of the most funniest photos that I've seen. It said, Epstein files people thought we were going to get. The Epstein files they actually got. 100% true. That's actually what it is. When you see a commercial from like McDonald's and they show like, oh, the brand new Big Mac is out today. Come to McDonald's, get this Big Mac. And it's just like, damn, this looks great. A real burger. This looks good. And then you go to McDonald's and you buy the Big Mac and it's just like, it's shit. And it's just like, where's what I was advertised? This is what it is. This is 100% what, without a doubt, what this whole entire Epstein file is. And I'm very curious to hear what Donald Trump is going to say about this, because this is wild. I've even seen, like, I feel like a lot of the things that when it comes to, because I kind of keep track a little bit about what's going on in American politics, because I do find it very interesting, especially because of the divide that American politics has the American people in. And I feel like a lot of the times whenever Democrats come out and they criticize Donald Trump, I feel like they're only saying it because they don't like him and they're very radical left. And the exact same thing can be said about, like, people who are Republicans. And when it comes to them criticizing the left, sometimes, and maybe even a lot of times, they're just very radical and they just don't like the left. But I've even seen Republicans on Twitter say that they fucking hate this and say that they are not happy with how these files are released. This is one of the first times that I've seen some people who are full-on Republicans be like, this is bullshit. What the fuck is this? You promised us transparency. You promised us the Epstein files, and then we get released. And then phase 1, it gets released in phases, given to fucking influence instead of released to the public, and then majority of it's redacted. It's bullshit. And it's just completely stupid. It really is. It's dumb and it's stupid. And you know what? I feel like this is all we're really gonna get. I don't know how many phases is gonna come out of this. They've put it in phases, but I haven't seen how many exactly there is. But considering that this is phase 1, and like 90% of everything has been redacted in these pages, it wouldn't surprise me going forward that more of the pages of the Jeffrey Epstein files will be redacted. I hope not. I hope that these phase 2, 3, 4, however long it goes on for, that there is actually more transparency. But this is not a good start to the releasing of the Jeffrey Epstein files, and really a not good look on like the Republican Party and the Trump administration whatsoever. Like, yeah, you could say, oh, Donnie, you don't have any, you can't really say that because you're an Aussie, and you don't really you shouldn't really say about talk about American politics. But am I wrong though? Am I wrong? It doesn't look great. It doesn't look good. If this was the French fucking government and they were doing this, I'd say it wouldn't look good for them either when it comes to transparency. Absolutely terrible. And I hope that I doubt anything will be done about this. And I doubt going forward that the more files that are released, we will get any more transparency than what we have seen today from this. But I'm annoyed. I actually am. I'm really annoyed. And I wish that we got more. But am I surprised? Yes and no. I'm not surprised that things were redacted. I'm just surprised of the amount that was redacted. I did not expect almost everything in these files to be redacted. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. When it comes to your stance on politics in America, like if you are a Trump supporter, like I would be annoyed by this too. I feel like you should have every right to be annoyed by this, and you deserve, and the rest of the world, not just the American people, deserve more transparency when it comes to these Epstein files. But that's going to be it from me. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.